Arshad, and I am your instructor for this course. I am professional Oracle Apex developer. Script, C Sharp, Angular, and React. Integrated plugins, Paint application, Jasper, and Oracle reports in Apex. I also develop plugins in Apex as well. Developed and integrated PDF Weaver in Oracle Forms. Delivered number of trainings both on-site and online. So that's it for introduction. Now let's talk about this course. This is a very comprehensive course, specially designed for students, beginners, and professionals. We will start from Oracle Apex Foundations and move towards advanced topics gradually. In this course, we will cover overview and architecture of Oracle Apex. Then we will see a SQL workshop, how developers can use SQL workshop to perform different actions. Then we will see creating database applications in Apex. Page designer, we will see page designer in Apex, managing and customizing of interactive reports and interactive grids, creating and using forms, page controls. We will see different components of the page, which includes origins, items, list of values, and other components. Then we will learn about computations, validations, and processes. Further, we will see themes, theme styles, and theme roller. Then we will implement security in Apex. Authentication and authorization is a part of Apex security. Then we will learn how we can add dynamic actions and how we can integrate plugins in Apex. Then we will see calendars in Apex, trees in Apex, and at the end we will see how we can migrate applications uh, in different environments like dev, QA, UAT, and production. And after this, we will develop one or two practical applications in which we will use all these concepts. So that's it for now. We will see in next lecture. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we will see what is Oracle Apex. Oracle Apex is a low-code development platform. Using Oracle Apex, we can build enterprise-level apps 20x faster with 100x less code. Using Oracle Apex, developers can quickly develop and deploy applications that solve real world problems and provide immediate value. You would not need to be an expert in a vast array of technologies to deliver sophisticated solutions. You can develop applications using Oracle Apex if you have little bit knowledge of SQL, HTML, and CSS. Using Oracle Apex, developer just focus on solving the problem and let Apex to do the heavy lifting for you. Using Oracle Apex, we can develop scalable and secure enterprise level applications with world class features that can be deployed anywhere in the world. You can deploy Oracle Apex applications on your on site or on the cloud. Using Oracle Apex, you can develop beautiful, responsive, database driven web applications. Using Oracle Apex, we can build reports, forms, charts, calendars, etc. on top of the data that is available in your database. Oracle Apex enables organizations to capitalize on their existing investment in SQL and PLSQL skills. Lot of organizations which already using Oracle forms and reports and have uh, human resources of SQL and PLSQL. So already existing resources can be utilized to develop applications using Oracle Apex. So now we see characteristics of Oracle Apex. Oracle Apex provides IDE, which is a web browser. It means we don't need any specific software to develop applications in Oracle Apex like other technologies like Java and other. We need IDE to install our local machines, but in Oracle Apex, we don't need any client-side software to do development in Oracle Apex. We use our web browsers as an IDE to do development in Oracle Apex. So this is a very best feature of Oracle Apex to do development in Oracle Apex. We just use a web browser. All the application definitions are stored in database as metadata. So page generation is very efficient with one request and only one response. So that's it for today. See you in the next lecture. Thank you. Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we will learn architecture of Oracle Apex. Oracle Apex uses a simple three-tier architecture where requests are sent from the browser through a web service to the database. All the processing, data manipulation, and business logic is executed in the database. This architecture guarantees zero latency data access, top performance, and scalability out of the box. Here in the picture, you can see we have a browser, which is our client tier, or we can say this is our tier 1. Then we have ORDS, which is our middle tier. And then we have our third tier, which is database. A web request from the browser is sent to ORDS, which stands for Oracle REST Data Services, where it is handed over to Oracle database to be actioned. Within the database, the request is processed by Apex, or we can say Apex Engine. Once the processing is complete, the result is sent back through ORDS to the browser. So this is a very simple architecture of Oracle Apex. ORDS basically we can deploy ORDS on WebLogic server, Jetty, Tomcat, Glassfish, or any other application server, because our logic does not exist on ORDS. The basic purpose of ORDS is to convert HTTP request to database API calls. So basically, there are two main purpose of ORDS. The first role is to serve Apex pages to end users, and the other role is to host REST web services. The ability to host REST-based web services based on SQL and PLSQL is extremely powerful. It allows you to provide external systems secure access to the data in your Oracle database. This can be useful for integrations and even for hosting web services to be consumed by native mobile applications. Then we have a very useful feature, which is data centric. Apex, because of its architecture, is very data centric, because both the code and the data exists in the same database, enabling zero data access latency. This architecture did not come about by accident. There are good reasons why our code should be right next to your data. Of course, this has been true since the days of HTML DB, but in this world of super complex mega frameworks that are so abstracted from the data, they need a map to find it. It is very relevant today. And the other feature is stateless. Much of the scalability of Apex comes from its stateless nature. The API calls to the Oracle Apex engine uses the standard Oracle database connection pool. This means that once an API call is processed and the response is sent back to the browser, the connection is returned to database connection pool and can be used by any other request. The database sessions are only active when performing a request. Otherwise, they are inactive and do not consume any database resources. This allows Apex to handle tens of thousands of users simultaneously. So that's all for today. I hope you learned something useful today. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome back. Today we will cover some more Oracle Apex concepts. The first concept we will cover in this lecture is workspace, and the second one is application, or we can say applications. So, a workspace is a logical work area which is associated with one or more Oracle database schemas. Or we can say a workspace is a logical work area or combination of, or we can say collection of applications. So, in simple words, a workspace is a collection of applications. The schemas store the database objects that you build your application on. A workspace enables multiple users to work within the same Oracle Application Express installation while keeping their objects, data, and applications private. Each workspace has a unique ID and a unique name. So this is a simple definition of workspace. Now let's talk about application. Application in Apex is an HTML interface that exists on top of database objects such as tables, procedures. Using Oracle Application Express, you can create both database applications and web sheet applications. The main difference between these two types of applications is the intended audience. While database applications are mainly developed by application developers, or we can say Apex developers, PLSQL developers, while web sheet applications are often created by end users with no development experience. But in this course, you will learn how to develop database applications using Oracle Apex. Now, let's talk about this diagram. Here you can see we have different departments like sales, sport, and HR. These are three departments. And then we have three workspaces: workspace 1, workspace 2, and workspace 3. Workspace 1 is associated with two schemas, schema 1 and schema 2, because we can bind our workspace with one or more schemas. Similarly, workspace 2 is associated with schema 2 and 3, and workspace 3 is only associated with schema 4. And here we have Oracle database with Apex. This is all schemas and workspaces all exists within the Oracle database. So we can say our workspaces and schemas and applications are stored in our Oracle database. The next one is how we can do development and deployment in Oracle Apex. So there are three options to do development and deployment in Oracle Apex. The first option is our local a machine, or we can say our local laptops. So if we want to do development and deployment on our laptop, then the first thing we need is to install Oracle Apex. In other words, we need to install uh, Oracle Express Edition, or we can install full version of the database on our local machine. Then we can do development and deployment in on our local machine. To work on local machine, we don't need internet for development and deployment. The other option is on site. If we have our department and we have multiple developers which do development in Oracle Apex, in that case we need a on-site development server. So we install Oracle database on any server machine, and we manage all the development and deployment options on site. The third one is cloud. So we can do development and deployment on cloud as well. So there is no restriction with Oracle Apex. We can select any of the option for development and deployment. As I told you earlier, Oracle Apex provide browser-based IDE to do development in Oracle Apex. This nature of Oracle Apex framework enables efficient development and deployment. So let's start to create a workspace. Let's see how we can create a workspace in Oracle Apex. So let's start. First of all, we go to uh, cloud service. So type apex.oracle.com and go to sign in. If you don't have any workspace before, you can request a workspace. So provide your first name, for example, code, and last name, camp, then email. And then name of the workspace. Let's name it test. And then you need to provide the country. Uh, okay, and then you can select its personal or organization. Click next. Okay, test already exists, so I am giving it a unique name. Then, are you new to Oracle Apex? Yes, we are new. Do you plan to use a workspace for university class or training? You can select yes or no, whatever you want. And then justification, why you are requesting this service. Apex. Okay, next. And then accept the terms. And that's all. Your workspace request completed. So go to your email you provided. I have this email. You will get the email. Let me check. refresh it again, you will get it. It will take some time. Refresh it again. Okay, we are not getting email. So this is the basically procedure to you will get the email, then you will click on the email and you will go to login page. So comes again to apex.oracle.com, sign in, and because I already have a workspace, that's why I'm getting name of the workspace and username. So here I will provide the password. Strong. It's not working. What is? Let me try this one. It's not working. Let's try another. No, it's working. So this is our workspace. We will talk about all the features of this environment. Now we will go the other way, which is Oracle Cloud, or we can say autonomous database. For autonomous database, you need to visit oracle.com, oracle.com, cloud, and then free. This is also a cloud version where we have Oracle database, Apex, each and everything is managed by Oracle itself. So here you can click sign in to Oracle Cloud. So first of all, you need Oracle Cloud username and password. So for getting username and password, you need to sign up. So here you can sign up with Oracle Cloud and verify your email, and you will get Oracle Cloud username and password. I already have a cloud account, so that's why I am clicking on next. So this is login of Oracle Cloud. I already logged in, that's why this page comes here. So here visit developer services and then Apex instances. So here you can create Apex service. I already have Apex service, that's why I am getting this Apex service here. So this Apex service is always free for you. You can do development here and it will always be free for you. So click on Apex service and then launch Apex service. So here I have workspace name CodeCamp and then username is admin, and here I provide the password and click sign in. So this is the other option, which is cloud based Apex environment. So you can select anyone in which you want to do the development and deployment. So that's all for today. I hope you learned something useful. Thank you. Hello and welcome back. Today we will explore some more features of Oracle Apex. The first one is internal workspace. When you install Oracle database and Oracle Apex, internal workspace is the workspace which is installed by default in your Oracle database. Basically, this workspace is used for administration purposes. So let's log into your cloud environment where we have Oracle Apex service. This is our Oracle cloud environment where we have Oracle service. Go to developer services, then Apex instances, and here we have Apex service. So launch your Apex service. Then you need to provide internal workspace, username, and the password. Sign in. So here you can create your workspaces. So you can move to manage workspaces using this option, create workspace, or you can click on manage workspaces and then click on create workspace. So you can create workspace with the new schema or you can use existing schema. So let's select the option new schema. Then your workspace name, for example, it's test 1. Username is admin and password, whatever you want. And create workspace. So that's it, your workspace successfully created. Now log out and log in with your newly created workspace, which is test 1 and username is admin and password is sign in. So this is your workspace where you can create your applications. So now let's see how we can create how we can assign schemas to our workspace. So log in with internal workspace, sign in, and move to manage workspaces. And here you can see there are a lot of options, and here you can see there are also a lot of options available. So click on manage workspaces. Then you have an option manage workspace to assign schemas. Okay, click on it, and here you can add a schema. Click on add schema, and here you can select existing schemas or you can create new schemas. I am going with existing schemas. Next, and then select your newly created workspace. Next, and here are lot of schemas which already exists on your database. You can select anyone. For example, I am selecting this one. Next, and add schema. So basically here you can see test 1 is a workspace and it has two schemas assigned to this workspace. So in this way you can create a workspace and you can assign schemas to your workspace. So that's all for today. I hope you learned something new. Thank Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we will explore some more features of Oracle Apex. So let's start. First, log in with your development environment. If you are doing development on cloud or apex.oracle.com, so click on sign in. Then provide your workspace name, username, and then password. Click on sign in. So first concept we will study is major components of Oracle Apex. When you sign into Oracle Application Express development environment, we can see there are four major components which are App Builder, SQL Workshop, Team Development, and Gallery. So these are four major components of your Oracle Apex development. So we can say this is our just like home page which contains different information, top users, top apps, and then summary of your workspace, how many applications you have in this workspace, how many tables, and how many developers are there. So this is main page. We can say this is a workspace first page. So these are major components. This is our app builder where we use this component to do development in Oracle Apex. Developers basically use App Builder to create the pages and pages make our applications. And developers most of the time spend in App Builder using defining applications, enhancing pages, user interface, and maintaining the applications. And the other component is SQL Workshop. So click on Apex and here you can see SQL Workshop. And you also see SQL Workshop in the menu. And here you can see Object Browser, SQL commands, scripts, utilities, and RESTful services. So basically SQL Workshop provides us tools to view and manage database objects and data as well. SQL Workshop is sometimes the only means developers can maintain DB objects as they may not have direct access to schemas using the SQL developer, or we can say SQL. So whenever you want to do some DML, DDL, so you will use SQL Workshop for this purpose. And then we have team development. Similarly, you can click on Apex. Either you can move using the menu. So here we have multiple options available, and similarly you can click on the team development icon. So here we have different options. Basically, team development provides the ability to manage the full life cycle of your application development, like features, to-dos, bugs can be assigned to specific applications and pages, etc., etc. Then we have gallery. Basically, gallery has a lot of sample applications. You can use packaged applications, or we can say sample applications, which demonstrate some of the major features of application express. So if you want to install any application from these applications, just click on install. We are going to install sample charts application. Install the application. It will take some time to install DB objects on your schema. And here we can see these are the pages in our sample chart applications. So here you can click on run application. Either you can use, for example, you are on this page and you can use this play icon to run your application, or to view the this first page in the browser. So here you need to provide the username and password. Click on sign in. Okay, this is my username and this is password. Click on sign in. Okay, wait for 8 seconds. Password is so. This is our first sample application we run, and this is the different options you can explore it. So that's all for today. I hope you learned something useful. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome back. In this tutorial, we will learn some more concepts of Oracle Apex. So let's start and log in with your Apex service. Sign in, password. And today we will explore SQL Workshop. So what is SQL Workshop? SQL Workshop provides tools to view and manage database objects. Oracle Apex includes the SQL workshop for application developers to maintain database objects from the browser. This feature is particularly important when developing in hosted environments or where the application developer does not have access to the underlying database and cannot use tools such as SQL Developer, Toad, SQL Plus to manage the database objects. So, accessing of the SQL Workshop is very easy. You can access SQL Workshop by two ways. Click on the SQL Workshop icon and then select component of SQL Workshop. Move to your main page, and the other way to access SQL Workshop is from menu. So you can select any component with which you want to work. So click on SQL Workshop icon. So these are the main components of SQL Workshop. The first component of SQL Workshop is Object Browser. Object Browser is basically this component enables developers to browse, create, and edit database objects. The second one is SQL commands. You use SQL commands to create, edit, view, run, and delete database objects. A SQL command can contain SQL statements or PLSQL blocks. The third component is SQL scripts. A SQL script is a set of SQL commands saved as a file in SQL scripts. A SQL script can contain one or more SQL statements or PLSQL blocks. You use SQL scripts to create, edit, view, run and delete database objects. The fourth one component of SQL Workshop is utilities. As name suggesting, this component contains all the utilities for database objects. You use Oracle Apex utilities to build SQL queries, load and unload data from an Oracle database. You can use this utilities feature to generate DDL, view object reports, manage user interface defaults, restore dropped objects, compare schemas, monitor the database, and view database details. And the fifth one component of SQL Workshop is RESTful services. RESTful services enable the declarative way to create RESTful services. These services work with Oracle REST data services to enable the consumption of these services. This component helps you to create, edit, and delete RESTful services. If the instance administrator has disabled RESTful services for this application express instance, RESTful services are not available for this instance, and uh, we will not be able to see RESTful services icon here. So if RESTful services icon is not here, then you can ask your instance administrator to enable RESTful services. So let's study all these components one by one. So first click on object browser, or you can access object browser from the menu. So object browser screen is basically divided into two panes. Left one pane and right one pane. The left one pane contains all your database objects. For example, you can select here views, then all the views will be listed. You can select procedures, functions, triggers, DB links, materialized view, and all other options. So, for example, you select tables. All the tables in this schema, which is selected here, will be listed here. So, for example, we click on branches, which is our table. All information of selected database object will be shown in detailed pane. So in detailed pane, you have different options. For example, if you want to see the data, you can click on data. If you want to explore indexes of this table, you can click on indexes. Similarly, we have other options here. So if you want to create any new database object, you can click on this plus icon. So here we have multiple options to create database objects. For example, if we want to create table, we can click on table. So here it will ask you name of the table and then columns, and once all things done, you can click on next and it will create database table for you. Similarly, you can create view index. For example, if we want to create a procedure, so it will ask you name of the procedure and procedure schema name in which this procedure exists. So that's all for today. I hope you learned some. Hello and welcome back. In this tutorial, we will learn how to create lookup table in Oracle Apex using SQL Workshop. So first of all, let's see what is lookup table. A lookup table is a new table that is created by extracting a column from an existing table. When we create a new lookup table, a new primary key column is created in the new table, which is our lookup table, and a foreign key is created between the source table on which we are creating lookup table and the new lookup table. So this is the definition of lookup table. So let's start and create a new lookup table. So click on SQL Workshop, then Object Browser, and then From left pane of object browser, select the table on which you want to create lookup table. So I am going to select department table. Select department table, and in right pane, which is uh, description of department table. So here you can see option of create lookup table. So click on create lookup table, and here you can see here is the schema and then name of the table on which we are going to create lookup table. And then we have two options, show all column, or we want to see only worker column types. So click on all column types. So all the columns of department table will be listed here. So select the column on which you want to create lookup table. So let's select location column and click on next. Then on next screen you can see we have new table name. You can select any table name whatever you want, and then sequence. So name the sequence and click next. So this is a summary screen, and click on create lookup table. So that's all. You have created a lookup table, and name of that table is location lookup. So in location lookup table, you can see here we have two columns. One column is location, which is extracted from department table. So if you select department table from left pane, here you can see location table is not available here, but instead of location column, now we have location ID. So basically this is foreign key here in department table referring to location underscore lookup table. So here go to constraints, and here you can see we have a foreign key and column name is location ID, and this basically foreign key is referring to our location lookup table. Okay, so move to your location lookup table. So this is our newly created lookup table. So when we move the next tab, which is data, so data is also extracted from department table, which is different locations, and we can see in constraints location ID is primary key here. So this is our primary key based on location ID, and this location ID is foreign key in our departments table. Okay, the next thing which is automatically created, that is trigger. Trigger is also created, and the sequence also created, which is used in this trigger to create new location IDs when we insert data in a location lookup table. And here you can see move to model, and in model you can see we have department table and we have location lookup table. Location lookup table primary key is a foreign key in our department table. So we can say location lookup is our master table or department is our child table. So if you click on SQL, you have some SQL of this location lookup table. So that's all for today. I hope you learned something useful in this lecture. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome back. In this tutorial, we will learn about SQL commands. You can use SQL commands to create, edit, view, run, and delete database objects. In other words, we can say using SQL commands, we can perform DDL and DML operations. SQL command can contain SQL statements or PLSQL blocks. So let's see SQL command options in our development environment. Click on SQL commands. You can move to SQL commands by navigating from menu SQL commands. Okay. Here we have a SQL command. SQL command is basically divided into two parts. This one is SQL editor, in which we write different SQL commands, and below one option is display pane. So let's write our first SQL command. Select steric from departments. Okay. To execute this command, you have two options. Hold Control key and press enter. And in display pane, you will see the results of this command. The other option is click on run button and execute this command. Here we have a option of language. We can select the language of SQL or PLSQL. Then we can select how much rows we want to see in results. And then we have option to clear the command. And if you don't remember name of the table, so you can click on find tables and you can search tables of your schema. So here we have option of views to view all the views in your schema. Close. In display pane, we have option of history. Basically, history option shows all the commands you executed using these SQL commands. Then saved SQL, it will list all the SQLs you saved using this SQL commands. For example, you have a command select steric from EMP. So you can for another command select steric from DPT departments. So you want to save this SQL commands. So click on save. Name this script like EMPs employees and description employees and save. So here you can see employees. When you click on employees, all the commands in these scripts will be loaded in your SQL command editor. For example, if I click on employee, so employee script contains only a single command, which is select steric from employee. So, and if you want to see the results, you can see the results here. The next concept of Oracle Apex is SQL scripts. To explore SQL scripts, click on SQL scripts. This is SQL scripts screen. Using this screen, you can import SQL scripts, export SQL scripts, and you can manage results. For example, I want to import a SQL script. I can click on import button, select my SQL. For example, this is open and click on next, and then we will see another button import, and that SQL script will be imported into your workspace. So we can say SQL scripts are used to create, edit, view, run, and delete script files. So let's create new SQL script. Click on create, and here you can write SQL script. Your SQL script can contains PLSQL block or SQL commands. There may be one command or lot of commands. So write a command emp and write another command which is selecting data from DPT. Okay, so here we have an option to download this script. So before downloading this script, we need to provide the name of that script, emp dpt. Okay, click on download. So that script is downloaded on your local machine. Edit this script, so you can see both commands are saved in a script file. So if you want to run, you can click on run. So this is a summary of your script. Run now. And here you can see a summary of the script. That script contains two SQL commands, and first command contains 22 rows and the second command contains 13 rows. So this is summary of your script file. So if you want to see the details, you can click on details and click on go. So here you can see results of your both commands which you saved in your SQL script. So if you want to export this SQL script, you can export this SQL script, export, and click this script and add to export, and then you will get to export all the scripts option and you will be able to export this SQL script. So if you want to delete this script, select this script and click on delete checked. So this script will be deleted. So that's it. It is deleted from your workspace. So this is all about SQL scripts. So that's it for today. I hope you learned something useful in this lecture. Thank you. Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we will explore utilities available in Oracle Apex. Oracle Apex provides utilities to build SQL queries, load and unload data from an Oracle database. You can generate DDL, view object reports, manage user interface defaults, restore dropped database objects. You can compare schemas and monitor the database by using different Oracle Apex utilities. In this lesson, we will cover some available utilities. So let's click on SQL Workshop, or you can move from menus, utilities, and if you want to see all the utilities, you can click on all utilities, or all the utilities are listed here. So first of all, we will see first utility, which is Data Workshop. Click on Data Workshop. In Data Workshop, we have two utilities available. First one is load data, and using load data, we can import data of CSV, Excel, SX, XML, or JSON formatted data in our workspace. Similarly, we can use unload data, a utility which is used to export data from your database object to any text file or XML format file. So let's start with load data. Click on load data, and here you have two options. First one is upload a file, and the second option is copy and paste. So using copy and paste, you can paste directly data here, and I am going with upload a file. So select a file, and on desktop I have hardware.csv open. By the way, we can see hardware open. So this is our CSV file. Okay, so here we have first option, which is load to. So this basically this option is used to import data into our new table, or we want to import data into our existing table. So I am going with new table. Then you need to select schema in which you want to create this new table, and then name of the table. So let's name it hardware. Okay, then primary keys. So if you have data and you are going to insert into a database table, then you must specify primary keys for this database table. So there are two options to create primary keys. First one is auto generated sys underscore GUID. You can get the ID from this option. The other one is identify column. So when you click on identify column, go to configure, and here you can select the columns which you want to import into newly created database table. So here you can select the data type of different columns available here, and similarly you can format your data by providing the format here. Similarly, if you want to import some limited rows, you can select option here available. Then treat as null means you want to treat specific values as a null. For example, you want to treat hash as null, so you can provide that value here which you want to be treated as null. And then you can, if you want spaces within your data, you can switch off this checkbox. Otherwise, you can keep that option. So then we have an other option, which is comma delimiter, which delimiter you are using to separate your data. And then we have enclosed by, your data is enclosed in double quotes, single quotes, or not enclosed. And then we have file encoding. So you can select the encoding of your file from all available encoding schemes. So close this, and then we have preview option where we can preview data of our CSV file. So I am going with all the columns available in our CSV file. So one thing which is column headers. So you can select this checkbox if your comma separated CSV file contains headers. If it doesn't contain any headers, you can uncheck this checkbox. So see, here you will see column this, and if your CSV file contains headers, you can select this one, and it will show headers like this one. So in our CSV file, our first row contains headers of data. So I am going with first line contains headers. So for preview, you can select a preview option, then save changes, and then select on load data. That's it. 37 rows inserted in our hardware. So here is the option to create application based on this table, or you want to view the table. Click on view table. So in object browser, you can see this new hardware table is created, and this is the data which is imported from CSV file. So here is the option to download this data. So this is our first utility to load data into our workspace. So select again utilities, data workshop, load data, and now this time we are going with copy and paste. Okay, so if we have data, we can paste data here, but if we don't have data, so there are some sample data available here. We can use this sample data. So I am going with JSON and structured test data. So this is data which we want to import in our workspace. Click on next. And similarly, here we have the same options. Name of the table, which is JSON data table. And then you can select the columns which you want to import. For example, if you don't want to import test ID, you can uncheck this. So save changes and load data. So 23 rows processed successfully. View table. And here you can see JSON. Sorry, it's not data, it's date. So click on data. So here you can see our data is imported successfully in this table. So once again, select utilities, all data workshop, and then load data. Copy and paste, or you can drag and drop, whatever you want. But this time I am going to import data of Excel SX file. Choose that file. For example, I have that file, vendors. Click. So we can see vendors file here. Structure of this file is like we have in two sheets. First sheet contains ID and name of the vendor, and the second sheet contains contact ID and value of that contact. So select this file. All these options are same, and the different option is select sheet. If your Excel file contains 2, 3 or more than one sheets, by default first sheet will be selected, and then here you have the option which sheet you want to import in your uh, uh, database table. So here is a limitation of uh, sheets. We cannot import all the sheets at once into our Oracle database table. We can import one sheet at a time in our database table. So I am importing sheet 1, load data. Okay, name of the table is vendors. So 5 rows processed, view table. And here you can see we have ID underscore 1, ID and name. So this is our Excel file first sheet data. So now we have some important points while importing data into our database table. As we see, whenever we select data workshop and load data, select file, this one. So here we have only one table option. So there is a limitation. We can load and unload to and from your own schema only. For this is schema, and with a single table only. We cannot import data into multiple database tables. So this is the limitation of this utility. Similarly, if we are going with Excel SX files, we can import only 20 MB data for each file. If your data is more than 20 MB, you will not be able to import your data into uh, a database table. So that's all for today. I hope you learned something useful in this lecture. Hello and welcome back. In previous lecture, we learned how we can import data into Oracle database table in Oracle Apex. And in today's lecture, we will learn how we can export data from Oracle Apex to text file or XML format. So let's start. Move to SQL Workshop after logging into your workspace. Then click Utilities and then click on Data Workshop. So in Data Workshop, click on Unload Data. So while unloading data, we have two options. First one is text file. So click on text file and select the schema table. For example, I want to export data of department table, and then you need to select the columns which you want to export. So I am selecting by pressing Control and selecting DNA, registration ID, agent ID. That's it. And here you can provide where clause if you want to limit your data, and if you want to all data, then you don't need to provide where clause here. Click on next. So here we have our option to provide separator. I am going with comma. Optionally enclosed by, if you want to enclose your data into double quotes or single quotes, so you can provide the enclosed by option here. Include column names. If you want to include column names as header of your CSV file, you can select this option. Then you can select format of the file. So I'm going with DOS. Then you can provide character set of your file. So I am going with the default, and then select unload data. So your file exported, open it, and here you can see these are the column names, and here we have comma separated values. Now we will explore the other option, which is XML. Select XML. Similarly, select department table. I am going with department and then name of the department, and here I am providing the where clause, which is the EPD number is not null. Then unload data. So here we have XML data. So you can see all data exported in XML format. So similarly, here we have the same limitation. We cannot export data to more than one tables. So we have limitation to export data only single table here. So that's it for this lecture. I hope you learned something useful in this lecture. Thank you. Hello and welcome back. In our previous lecture, we learned how we can export data from our Oracle database tables to text file or into XML file. And in today's lecture, we will learn how we can use Query Builder to create queries by using graphical user interface. So basically, Query Builders provides a graphical user interface to database developers to build SQL queries without the need of manual SQL coding. So by using this feature of Oracle Apex, you don't need to write SQL queries manually. Using a SQL query builder, you can search and filter database objects. You can select objects and columns, create relationship between the objects, view formatted query results, and you can save queries as well. The query builder basically is divided into three sections, and we can see those sections. Click on SQL Workshop, then Utilities, and then Query Builder. So left pane, which is object selection pane. This is our object selection pane where all the objects are listed. Then we have design pane. This is our design pane. And then we have at the bottom output pane. Okay. So let's select a object. For example, I am selecting department. So click on department. So you can see department table will appear here. So you can select different columns which you want to add in your SQL query. So I am selecting department name only. Okay. So when I click on department name, that column appears in output pane. You can give alias of this column, and you also apply different conditions on this column. Then you can select sorting of this database column, ascending or descending. Then we have sort order, and then if we want to show this column or not, you can check or uncheck. And then we have functions, different functions if we want to perform on this column. And then we have group by class. If you want to remove this column, you can remove this column from clicking on this cross, or you can uncheck it here. Okay. Now if you want to create a SQL query of only department table, then your query is here. So this is your query. If you add some more columns, that would be added in your select statement. So if you want to see the results of this query, you can see the results. If I check registration ID, agent ID, and again click on results, I will see the results. Okay. So now if I want to join two or more than two tables, then I need to select another table, which is employees table. So I click on employee table, which is child table of department table. So here you can see department and employee, both tables are here. So I click on column, which is a foreign key in employees if I want to create the relationship between these two tables. So select this column, and then same column, which is foreign key here in employees table, which is department number, click here. So you can see a relationship is created between these two tables. So if you see here, we have a relationship which is basically equi-join. So it will take all the data, all the matching data between these two tables. But what if we want to apply outer join, right outer join, left outer join? In that case, click on this line, and here we have option to delete this join or set left outer join. When we set it left outer join, so you can see here we have left outer join. Left outer join basically select all the data from departments which doesn't satisfy the condition or satisfy the condition. So in other words, we can say all data from departments table will appear in query results, but from employees table we will get all those records which are matching the condition. So if you want to see the results, you can see the results here. We can select employee name and employee number as well. So click on this. So here you can see this is your query result. And if you want to add an other table, you can add an other table as well. For example, this is our location lookup. Click on this table, and now we want to create an other relationship between location ID and this one. So you can see relation created. So when you see the SQL, so this is left outer join with departments and employees, and with locations we have equi-join. So this is a very useful feature of Oracle Apex. because you don't need to write your queries manually. So this feature of Oracle Apex basically speed up your development. So while you are developing SQL queries, you can use this option to use this graphical user interface to create different queries. So that's all for today. I think you learned something useful today. Thank you. Hello and welcome back. In our previous lecture, we learned how we can use Query Builder to create SQL queries. And in this lecture, we will learn how we can use different data sets provided by Oracle Apex. So click on SQL Workshop, then Utilities, and then we have Sample Datasets. So click on it. Here we have different datasets already available in Oracle Apex. For example, we have countries table, then we have customer and orders, and other database objects also exist in this dataset. Then we have employee and department tables, HR data, and similarly project data as well. So if you want to install any data set, just click on install, then select the language. For this, we have only English option, but for EMP and department, you have multiple languages option. So click on schema. If you have multiple schemas, all schemas will appear here, and then click next. And here we have a summary of all the objects which will be created in your selected schema, which is this one. So here we can see list of database objects. So install datasets. So all these data sets provided in Apex can be used to develop Oracle Apex applications. So all necessary objects which are required to develop Oracle Apex applications are provided in these datasets. So let's see how much time it takes. We can select any other dataset, for example, employee and departments. I think so. It has three tables. Yes, two tables and one view. Install datasets, and it will create two tables and one view in your schema. So here we have these three objects and schema. So here we have an option to create application by using these three objects, or we can exit. So click on exit and go to your object browser, and here you can see DPT. This is our newly created table. So here you can see we have only three columns in departments, and then we have DPT and employees. Here we have employee table. So if I want to see views, so here I am typing. So here you can see employees, departments, view. So these three objects are created in our schema. So that's all for today. I hope you learned something useful in this lecture. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we will learn some more utilities available in Oracle Apex. First of all, click on SQL Workshop, then click on Utilities, and then Methods on Tables. This utility basically is used to create a package and procedures based on your tables. For each table, it will create insert, update, delete, and get. So basically, four procedures for each table will be created by Apex. So let's start create procedures. So here you need to provide name of the package. For example, I want to create a package or employees. So emp underscore pkg, click next, and here you need to provide name of the table. So you can provide 10 tables at a time. So I am selecting employees table, employees table, then click next. It will take some time to create procedures. So here you can see we have insert, then we have update, then we have delete, and then we have get. Basically four procedures created. So here you can see specification of the package, body of the package, and if you want to download, you can download the specification. For example, click on specification, and then click on create package. It will take a little bit time. So here you can see in our object browser in left pane we have emp underscore package, which is our package, and in package uh, specification we have first insert, update, delete, and get four procedures. If you click on body, you will be able to see body of the procedure. For example, for insert procedure, we are inserting records in employees table. In update, we are updating. So all these procedures will do insert, update, delete, and get. So if you want to change this procedure by yourself, you can change it, and after changing you will click on save and compile, so that your uh, package or procedure will be saved in database. So if you want to download the source code, you can download the source. If you want to drop this package, you can click on drop, and your package will be dropped. So this is how we can create a package based on our database tables. So let's move towards next topic, which is click on utilities, all utilities, which is object reports. Okay. So basically, these are the reports provided by Oracle Apex for different purposes. For example, you want to see table comments. You can use this report to see comments on different tables. For example, customers. This is the customer table, and on this table we have this comment details of the people placing orders. And if you want to edit, you can edit this comment. So you can edit this comment. After editing, you can press on apply changes, and your updated content will be shown in this report. So this is for table comments. Similarly, we have table storage sizes. It will show size of each table. For example, this is blob test, and its size is 0.13. Similarly, we have PL SQL reports, where you can see arguments, unit line counts, and you can search PL SQL source code. Similarly, we have security reports, all object reports, and exception reports. You can see tables without primary keys, tables without indexes, unindexed foreign keys, tables without triggers. So all these reports are helpful while doing development in Oracle Apex. So that's all for today. I hope you learned something useful in this lecture. Thank you so much.
Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we will explore some more features of Oracle Apex. So, first of all, log into your Apex workspace, then select Utilities, all utilities, and then we have our utility which is Generate DDL. Basically, this utility is used to generate DDL of different objects of your database. For example, you are going to uh, install your application from one environment to another environment. So you need database objects to the destination environment. So for that purpose, we use this utility to generate DDL. So select this generate DDL utility and click create script. So here you can select schema from which you want to select the objects to create DDL. And then here are multiple options to generate DDL from a function procedure table. And at the start we have two options for the output. First one is display inline and the second one is save as script file. So let's select display inline, then select function and procedure. Next, here we have all the functions and procedures exists in your schema. So let's select this function and first procedure and click generate DDL. So here we have our selected functions and procedures. So you can copy and paste into a file. So the other option was you can create the script as a file. So let's select these three options: table, procedure and function, and now this time we will go with script file. Next, and here we have function, procedure, and then we have different tables, and for example courses. Generate DDL. Then you need to provide the name of the DDL, functions, create script. It will take some time. So your script file is ready now. Functions. So here you can select this file and run on your schema. And similarly, if you want to run this file not on this schema, you want to run this script file in another workspace or another environment, you can export this file and then import this file in that workspace. And here we have a play icon, and by clicking this play icon we can run this script. So next we see schema comparison. Basically this utility is used to compare different database objects in two different schemas. So click on schema comparison, and here you can select schema 1 and then schema 2. Then you can select the object type: function, index, procedure, package, package body, sequence, tables, triggers. For example, I select tables, and because I have only one schema, that's why it's showing the same schema here. And then click on compare. So it will show you the comparison between these all the tables. So schema 1 and schema 2, there is no difference between these objects. So you can select show differences only, so it will show the differences only, not all the objects. So Using schema comparison, you can compare different object types. The next one is recycle bin. So, using this feature of Oracle Apex, you can see dropped objects and you can also purge your recycle bin. So, the next one is about the database. Click on about the database. It will show you. So for this purpose, I need database administrator login because we are using apex.oracle.com and I don't have DBA rights. So that's why I could not log into this. But you can use this utility to see some information of your database. Okay, so that's all for today. I think you learned something useful in this lecture. Thank you. Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we will explore some more features of Oracle Apex. So let's start. First, log into your Oracle Apex workspace and then move to utilities. In utilities, we have Quick SQL utility. Basically, Quick SQL utility is a shorthand syntax to create different queries. For example, if you want to create insert statements, you want to create a table, so you can use a shorthand syntax to create these query quickly. So that's why its name is Quick SQL. So click on Quick SQL. Let's create a table first. So for example, I want to create a table of customers. Just type the name of table customers and then press enter. Now you need to provide indent so that Quick SQL engine can understand this is table and the remaining things are columns. So press tab and type here columns which you want to be part of your customers table. So I take name of the customer and then location of the customer. So here you can see it is creating SQL for you. In right side you can see it's creating SQL for you. I created a column name and I typed just name and its SQL name is the column and then its data type varchar2. But you can also provide data type. For example, if you want to set data type of name varchar2, then just type vc and then length of varchar2. For example, it 32k. Click on 32k. So here you can see its type is 4000 and it's automatically sends length of the location as well, but I want to give different length of location, so vc 255. So here you can see its length is 4000 and for location we have length 255. Okay, so if let's suppose I want to set name as not null. So if you want to set you need to provide forward slash, and then you can see n not null. So it forward slash n means not null, generate SQL, and here you can see it's appended not null. Then move forward. For example, you want to create the table and also want to populate this table with dummy data. So to insert data, just type forward slash and then insert. So click on insert and then move this. And here, how many rows you want to insert? I am, for example, I want to insert 3 rows. Click generate SQL, and here you can see here we have a table, and then we have 3 insert statements to insert data into customers table. Okay, I am removing this insert statement, generate SQL. Now, if we want to create a child table of customers, which is customer orders, now we need to write it on the same level of columns and name it orders. And then with tab, you need to provide name of the customer. Sorry, name of orders. Name of orders is not specific type, description, DESC, description, and then we have order date, and then if we have a space between 2 words, it will concat both words with uh, underscore. So order, and here we have it is taking data as a type. So for example, I uh, want a column with for example, customer order. For example, this is name of the column for, and then so here you can see customer order. So basically, if you have a long name for your column, you can split it by space. You don't need to provide your column name and with underscore in shorthand. Okay. So then there is also some properties. For example, you want to save name of the customer in lowercase, then you can provide it like forward slash and lower, then okay, generate. So what it does, it will create a trigger and converts name to lowercase. Okay, so the next concept is if I want to apply some checks on a specific column. So if you want to apply a check, for example, uh, forward slash and then check, and then you can provide values for check, for example, not, for example, Oracle, Microsoft. Okay. Click on generate SQL, and here you can see customers name, and here we have a check on name, and name, for example, Oracle, Microsoft. So in this way you can also add check on your column. And if you want to insert values, for example, I want to insert insert 3 rows and not dummy data, but I will provide the data. Then you can provide values for that specific column, whichever you want. For example, I want to provide locations, for example, / values, and name of the value is Pakistan, then India, then UAE. So now it will insert values, your provided values. For example, first record is Pakistan, second record is India, and third record is UAE. So you can provide your own values while inserting data into the table. So that's all for today. I hope you learned something useful. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome back. In our previous lectures, we covered SQL workshop section, and now and onwards we will cover app builder section. So click on app builder. You can move from menu app builder, and you will see 4 options here. And when you click on app builder, the same options you will see here. Here we have 4 icons. First one is create. This icon is used to create database or spreadsheet applications. So click on create, and here we have 3 options to create applications. The first one is new application. Basically, this option is used to create new database applications. Database application means your application consists of tables, views, triggers, packages, procedures, and all the stuff related to PL/SQL and database objects. And the second option is you create your application from a CSV file, XML file, text file, or a JSON file. The third option is starter apps. Starter apps basically are apps that provided by Oracle for your learning purpose. For example, you want to learn how charts work, how calendars works in Oracle Apex. So you can select that application and see the structure of that application and implement into your original application. For example, click on starter app, and in starter app you have multiple applications available here. We can say starter apps are basically sample apps for your learning purpose. So move to back to app builder. Then we have other option, which is import. Import option is used to import previously exported applications. For example, I have a application which I want to export from my current workspace, and then I will import that application into my production environment. For that purpose, first I will export it, then I will import it into any workspace. So click on import. So here you can see a option where you can drag and drop the exported application, or you can click the plus icon to browse that file. So here we can see multiple options to import different objects. Like you want to import a single page or application, you will select the first radio button. If you want to import any plugin into your application, then you will select the second option. We will learn what is plugins and how we can use plugins in applications later on. You can also import themes, REST source catalogs, and lot of other options. Cancel. And then we have dashboard. Basically, dashboard is about your workspace. How many applications your workspace has, how many pages your application has, and other different options are available here. Then we have workspace utilities, like as we studied, like utilities of SQL Workshop. We also have certain utilities in workspace utilities. So we will cover these utilities in detail later on. So the second part of app builder page is all the applications your workspace has. So basically these are the applications which are part of my current workspace, which is HMIS. So here we have two options of representation of these applications. You want icons or you want to see a report. So click on report and you can see all the applications in a report form. So the second one option is you can search all the applications. For example, I want to search customer application. So here you can see we have two applications, customers, and the other one is customer orders. So in this way you can search the applications. So let's create our first database application. Create, then new application, and here we will provide the name of the application. For example, name of the application is HIS. And second option, which is appearance. For appearance, click on this icon. Here we have three options, which is provided universal theme. First one is Vita Dark, and Redwood Light. So you can select any of three options. Then we have three navigation options. First one is side menu. You will see menu left side of your page. You can select the top menu. Your menu will be on top of the page, or you can select mega menu as per your requirements. You also can use your custom theme. If you are not willing to use these themes, you can use your custom theme. So if you want to use that, use custom theme, and then you use the workspace theme and then theme style. So I will go with universal theme. So use universal theme. Save changes. And here we have an option to add pages. But when we are creating the application, we don't know how many pages or what pages your application will have. So you can create pages after creating the application. Then we have some featured pages, which is already provided Oracle Apex for your ease. So you can, for example, you want to add about page, you can check about page. You want to add check feedback page, you can check that. So I am going with all these pages. So click on check all. And then we have setting options where we have application ID, schema on which I am creating my application. Then authentication, I want to use database accounts or Oracle Apex accounts. So we can edit all these properties after creating the application. Then we have user interface, defaults, and advanced setting. Click on advanced setting. In advanced setting, we have for example, I want to create table with a specific table prefix. You can put your prefix here. Then we can provide short description. If I want to add build with Apex at the footer of my application pages, I can select this option. Then logging, debugging, deep linking, and date formats. You can put date format here. For example, I want to put DDRR. So where our application will be used in our application, this format will be used. So it will be applicable on all the pages in your application. So save changes. And if you want to change the icon of your application, you can click on icon and you can select the icon for your application. And here you can select the color of your icon. Let's suppose I am going with blue and select this icon, save icon, and then create application. So it will create application and all the pages we created here. So it will take a few seconds and will finish. So here you can see we have all these pages in our application. So run the application, provide the username, remember me, and so this is your first application. Here you can see administration. In administration, on administration page, we have multiple options. For example, click on dashboard. Here you can see dashboard in different charts. Then top user, you can see the top users of your application. And basically, these are the pages or default pages in your application. Then click on feedback. So this is the feedback report. And here we have users. By using this page, you can create new users to your application. You can edit already added users as well. So if you want to change your user interface, you have option to change your user interface. For example, I want to change it to from Redwood or any other, I can change it. And here we have an option, allow end users to choose theme style. If you want to enable your end users to change theme style, you can check this checkbox, apply changes, and then sign out and log in again. Then you will see the option to change the user interface. So that's it for today. I hope you learned something useful in this lecture. Thank you. Hello and welcome back. In our previous lecture, we see how we can create database application in Oracle Apex. And in this lecture, we will added some properties of newly created application. In our last lecture, we created application HAS that is listed here. But you can access this application by clicking on App Builder, then search application HAS, and here we have application which is HAS. So click on this application. So this is the page of your application, or we can say it is the dashboard of your application. Here in the bottom, we can see all the pages your application have. And at the top, we have different options for your application. By using run application, you can run your application. Supporting objects are all the objects which you used in your application while you were developing your application. Then we have shared components, utilities, and import export option to export your application or to import previously developed application in your workspace. So today we will cover added application definition. So click on edit application definition. Here we have different options like definition of your application, security of your application, globalization, user interface, and progressive web app. We will cover all these options one by one. So first of all, click on definition and name. In this option, you will see name of your application areas, version, and application group. You can group your application uh, between these three options: starter apps, sample apps, and universal theme apps. So you can select any option. Then we have properties of your application. For example, your application will use user friendly URLs. User friendly URL means all the URLs of your pages are readable by women. But if you switch off this option, your URLs will be like this. We will cover syntax of the URL in Oracle Apex in our advanced topics. So then you have option to provide proxy server if you are using Oracle Apex under the proxy server environment. Then we have availability option. If you think your application is not available for the end user, you can select the status and save your application properties. So you can select unavailable. So in that case, your application will not be available to the end users, and end users will see this message on their screens. Then we have error handling option, where you want to display your error messages in your forms, like inline with fields and in notification. So you can select inline with field and inline in notification, or inline with field and notification. So it's up to you what option you want to choose. Then we have global notifications. If your templates you are using for your application pages have global notification substitution string, then you can use this option here to display global messages on your pages. Then we have substitution strings. Substitution strings we can use. For example, for our application, we have substitution string app name, and the value of a substitution string is HIS. So we can use different and multiple substitution strings for your application. Then we have report printing option. For example, for your reporting, you have native printing, or you want to use remote print server option. So Then we have copyright banner. For your copyright banner, you can type the text here. The next option is security of your application. For your application, you can use authentication, authorization, session state protection, or other options. So for authentication, you have multiple options here. For example, authentication schemes, here we have Oracle Apex accounts only. Okay, but for when you use it in cloud on autonomous database or your local or on-site Apex development environment, you will see multiple options here like LDAP, Oracle database accounts, single sign-on, and many other options. So you can configure the option which you want to use for your application authentication. Because I am using apex.oracle.com environment, and in that environment we can use only Oracle Apex accounts, and this is the default authentication scheme available here. Then we have authorization. For authorization, you can use different schemes. We will cover this topic in our advanced topics. Okay. Then we have session state management, and then session state protection. Session state protection, it is recommended to use always enabled. Don't disable it. Basically, this option is used to prevent hackers from tampering your URLs with your application. So when you enable this option, hackers would not be able to tamper URL of your application. Then we have database session. Whenever your application make a session with your database to do a transaction or fetch data from the database, you have option to initialize PLSQL code. You can write here, or you can call the procedure. Before initialization, basically, this code will be called before making database session with your database, and then you can write cleanup code. Then we have globalization option. For globalization option, you can set the primary language of your application, and then direction of the pages. Then you can set date format, time zone, etc. Then we have user interface. For your user interface, you can set icon of your applications, logo of your applications, and here we have different types of logos. You want to show the image, text, or image and text both, or you can upload your customs. Then we have different attributes. For example, home URL of your application. This is the home URL of your application. This is the login URL of your application page. And then here you can change the theme style of your application. Then you can decide which navigation menu option you want to adopt for your application. You can for navigation menu, we have different options. You want to show on top or left side of your application page. So all options are available here. Then we have navigation bar options, then JavaScript, CSS, and some more advanced options. Then if you want to enable progressive web app, you can enable this option as well. Basically, progressive web app is your application for your mobile devices. So it will run in your browsers, but you will be able to see your application on mobile screens. That's all for today. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome back. In our previous lecture, we learned how we can edit application properties after creating Oracle database application. In this lecture, we will learn how we can create applications from files like JSON file, text file, XML file. So first log into your Oracle Apex workspace, and after that move to App Builder. Then select the option Create. Then select the option Create an application from a file. So here we have two options. First one is create the application from a file which exists on your local machine, and the other one is copy paste. If you have content, you can paste that content directly using the copy and paste option. So first one, select the first one, then choose file. So I have a file population, which is a text file. Then click open, and here you can see this is the page of data load utility we covered in SQL Workshops utilities. So here you can see multiple options. We already covered these options. I will not go into the details of all the options listed here. So first we see our file, uh, which is population.txt. So this is the file. Our first line of this application is column headers, and data of columns are not enclosed in quotations or single quotations. So now we choose the options tab, because every column data is separated by tab. So then we choose the option none, because our values are not enclosed in double quotes or in single quotes. So uh, here you can see the preview of your data. So click load data. Before clicking on load data, you need to provide the table name. All this data will be inserted in that table. So name of the table is population, and then load data. So our data is inserted into our population table, and total rows which are inserted in that table are 215. So create application option. Here we have the same screen when we created Oracle database application. So there is no difference between these options, but you can see here we have pages which are created automatically by Apex. First one is home page, then we have dashboard, then we can search the population, and then we have our report on population data. So basically here we have four pages. First one is home page, which is blank, and the other three pages have data. So create application. And congratulations, our first application from a file created successfully. Now click on run application, then log in with your username and password. Remember, and sign. Got. Sign in. So here this is our first page of population application. Here you have a menu on left hand side. So first click on dashboard. So this is the dashboard of our application. Then you can search the population. So here we have multiple options to search the population, and then we have a report on population. So here you can create the new record for the population. Click on create, and here you can see we have a create form. Then you can edit the information of population like this. So you can delete the population as well. So this is our first application from spreadsheet. Now move to your application, app builder, create, and select from file. And this time we are going to create our application from uh, pasting data here. So here we have another option. If you don't have data, you can select samples from here. For example, we are going with academic data. Next, all options are same. First, load the data into any table. For example, it's education table. Load data into your education table. Load data. We have only 23 rows. Create application, and all things are same. Create application. That's it. Run the application. Provide the password. So here we have our education application ready. Here you can see the calendar. Here you can see the education data report, and here you can search the data by instructor email, students, instructor title, and then we have courses. So it's super easy to create applications using a spreadsheet. There is nothing to do development with Oracle Apex, and your application is ready within few seconds. So, but as a Oracle Apex developer, we will focus on Oracle database applications where we have a lot of logic we do when we are developing Apex applications. So, I hope you learned something useful in this lecture. Thank you. Hello and welcome back. In our last lecture, we studied page components, and in this lecture, we will learn page designer components and how we can use page designer to design our page. So let's start. Click on app builder, and in our last lecture, we created a application code. Okay, you can search your application this way. Click on your application and select the page we created in our last lecture, departments. So this is your page designer you use most of the time while developing Oracle Apex applications. Here we can see this is our left pane. Left pane basically includes different tabs, like first one is rendering, then we have dynamic actions, then we have processes, and then we have shared components. These four icons are used to switch between these options. For example, I want to switch to dynamic actions. I can see here we have different dynamic actions option. Then we have processes, and then we have shared components option. Then after this left pane, you will see a option application, name of the application, and ID. And then we have page designer. Basically, this is breadcrumb, which is showing ID of the application. And then we are at page designer. Then we have central pane. This is our central pane. and in central pane we have another pane which is gallery pane. In gallery we have multiple components which we can use to design our page. Then we have right pane. Right pane is basically our properties pane. For example, I click on this page, for example, page 3 departments, then you will see all the properties of the page right hand side. At top of right hand pane, you can see a green play button which is used to run this page, and then have a save option to save uh, all the changes we done in our page. Then we have same option as we have left pane, shared components. We can use this component to move to shared components. Then we have utilities option. In utilities option, you have option to delete a page, advisor, caching, see the history, checksum, export, show, and layout. Here we have multiple options. Then next to utilities, we have create option. We can create a new page. We can create a new page as a copy of another page. Then we have page group and other options available. Next to create, we have two more options which are redo. We can redo and undo changes. So undo changes, what it does, it reverts the previous update you made within page designer. It applies to actions that result in a change to the page data. And redo, basically what it does, redo reapply the last update that was undone using undo option. Then we have a lock option. Basically this lock option is used to lock the page while you are developing this page or you are working on this page. So you lock the page so that other developers would not be able to change in this page. So this is a very good option, so that while you are doing your work, an other developer could not change your things. Then we have a page selector. Using this option, you can move to any page of your application. You can search all the pages in your application, or you can see recently edited pages in your application. For example, I want to move on page 1. Click on page 1 and you will be redirected to page 1. And similarly, you can type, if you know the number of your page, you can directly type the page number and click on go. You will be redirected to on that page. So let's come back to again rendering tab. Basically, this rendering tab displays all the regions, all the page items, buttons, page components, and all the application logic. So for example, I want to create a new region. So you can see this is a new region. In this region, we can add page item. In this region, I can add a button. So all the components your page contains will be shown in rendering tab. Then the second tab is dynamic action. Dynamic action tab displays dynamic action we defined on this page. By defining dynamic action, you can define complex client-side behavior declaratively without the need for JavaScript or jQuery. We will see in detail dynamic actions. Then we have processes. We can say processes are application logic we defined in this page. And then we have shared components. Basically, shared components are very, very important for your application. shared components, you have multiple options, and we use shared components to define all the items which we use in one or more pages. So we will study it in this course later on. And in central pane, we have layout. Basically, this is overall layout of your uh, page, how you put your components in your page. So we can say layout is a visual representation of your page, region, items, buttons on this page. Then we have another option, which is we can say component view. Here we have no, here don't we have that. So basically component view, what it does, it displays elements and application logic by component type. So uh, then we have option of page search. Basically this is very useful feature of Oracle Apex. By using this feature, you can search the whole page of your application. So whatever you want to search, you can use this option to search your page. Then we have gallery option. Gallery option is basically we can say it's a components gallery where you can drag and drop and place your components in your page. For example, after this new button, I want to place a region, or we can say I want to put another text field or checkbox. So click on checkbox and drag it any position where you want to add this checkbox. So I am putting it in, for example, in next option. Or you can drag and drop like this. Here I am putting this text field checkbox. So here in component view, you can see that checkbox is added in your component view, and in rendering pane, and also added in your layout. So this is basically uh, you can use to develop your or design your page by drag and drop. And then we have help. You can click on any component in properties pane, and you will see all the related help of that specific property. For example, I click on sequence, so it will show the help related to sequence. So this is very useful when you use different components and its properties. You can explore the that particular property by using this help. So the last thing, which is very useful, for example, I create a grid region. For example, this is a region, and I make it interactive grid, and this grid is based on a query. And here you can see this is our code editor where we write our code. So we can use this code editor to add SQL queries. We can use this editor for dynamic action for processes. So we will use this SQL editor for multiple options. So that's all for today. I hope you learned something useful. Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we will learn page components of Oracle application. Basically, a page is a basic building block of an application. When you build an application in App Builder, you create pages that contain user interface elements such as items, buttons, lists, regions, etc. Basically, each page in Apex contains one or more regions. We can say regions are like containers or divs. Regions functions as containers for any content. A region can simply contain static HTML, or it can be a report based on a query or a table. Region can contain items, buttons, navigation menu, SQL queries, etc. An item is part of an HTML form we design in Apex. An item can be a text field, text area, password field, select list, checkbox, radio button, and so on. You use buttons to direct users from one page to another page or submit the page for processing. You can use buttons for cancel, next, previous, or delete options. When you build a database application, you can include different types of navigation controls. So let's start to understand all these concepts. Log into your workspace and provide your password. And here we have, let's create a new application. And name of the application is AMP. Create application. So this is our application. So now we create a new page. We are going to create a blank page. So here you can see we have three options: component, feature, and legacy pages. So for component, we have these components. Component means we are going to create a page based on a component, and component means cards, chart, dashboard, interactive grid, interactive report, form, and etc. So, and the next one is feature. In feature, we have already provided pages like about page, access control page, and other options like feedback. And then we have legacy pages. In legacy pages, we have only three options. So I am going with component and I am going to create a blank page. Okay. Next. Here we have page number, which is a unique number of this page. And then we have a name of the page, which is our about page. And then we have it's a normal page, it's a model dialog, or it's a drawer. So basically, normal page, we can say, is a page which looks like this. For example, I run this page, login. So this page is a normal page. Okay. And model dialog basically is we can say is a overlay window positioned within the viewport. We can say this page is a model dialog page because it remains active and focused until the end user closes it. If you want to close it, we will click on cancel or on the cross button. So these buttons, cross or cancel, we can use to close this model dialog page. Okay. And then we have a drawer page. Mod of is drawer. So we name this page about, or we can say departments, and click on create. So this is our first page which we can say it's our normal page we designed in Oracle Apex. Now run this page, you will see nothing. Okay, it's drawer was selected. You can change the mode of your page after creating it. Theme default, drawer, model, and theme default. Run it. Oh, sorry, it's template, not normal page, and then run it. You must understand we cannot run directly a model dialog page. You need to open that model dialog page to from a button. So directly we could not run that page. So here you can see this is our first page. This is the navigation menu of this page, and this is the title of your application. Here we can see this is navigation bar, and this at the bottom of this page we have developer options. We can say it is a developer toolbar. This toolbar would not be shown to the end users. Those are using your application. It is visible to only developers. You can see here name of ID of the page, which is page 3. Then we have application ID. Then we have session state information, and then we have debug information. We will see debug option in detail in our advanced topics. And then we have quick edit option, and then customize. All these options we will use in our upcoming lectures. So this is our first page, and in our next lecture we will see our page designer. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we will study different reports available in